Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Worldwide Wrestling Network presents G.L.O.W. in our inaugural episode. I am Remarkable Randall Reigns, and we are getting ready to start off a new legacy in the Worldwide Wrestling Network in our women's division, presenting the glorious Ladies of Wrestling. As always, welcoming back my co-host and the secondary voice of the Worldwide Wrestling Network, Mr. Hamrick.
And as always, the pleasure is all yours.
And starting out this first episode of G.L.O.W, we have an exhilarating tag team match starting things off, where we will have newcomer Kinsey Corvin teaming up with a fellow legacy in Kitty Devereaux to square off against the heated rivals of Zandria Washington and Rose.
And while I would love nothing more than to talk about the rivalry that has begun on Monday Night Melee between Zandria Washington and Rose A, I think there's also some additional story here between Kitty and Kinsey, in as much that we saw at Krampus Night where Kinsey was practically reprimanded by Erwin Roberts, and basically there's been a lot going on with her. She's eager to make an impact in the women's division, and that shows, and she's perhaps a little too eager.
Yes, we've also seen
Kitty has taken exception to her.
Right, but we will see what this lays out as we go through this tag team match between rivals in our opening inaugural match for WWWN presents G.L.O.W.
Yes.
And let's take things right to ringside as we are getting ready for our inaugural episode. As always, you can find us on at WWWN Online on Twitter. That is the @ and we are starting things off now. And it seems Kinsey Corvin finally has a full entrance.
And ring attire.
And she has been entering from the crowd, and it appears that her father, Gaz Corvin, is coming to ringside with her.
And why wouldn't he? I mean, as we've discussed, he seems to be taking a vested interest in the burgeoning career of his daughter, Kinsey, and he's indicated that he's taking an interest in some other things going on as well.
Very true. Kinsey Corvin on the Kindred Attack account having some harsh words for Nia Bennett, and also possibly spoiling some of the entrances that we've had in the Mildred Burke Invitational.
I don't know that it's spoiling, because, I mean, he's merely asking a question that a lot of us want to know. Was that Jada Storm? Was that promo referring to Jada Storm? And who got that promo onto the Melee broadcast? If it wasn't Jada Storm, who was it? What was it referring to? You know, I think Kinsey is taking a vested interest in what is going on with the upcoming Mildred Burke Classic tournament.
Very true, and here comes the Andrea Washington, who has been very impressive since her debut. Only had a few matches and has taken her partner that she is going to be teaming with in this opening match, Rose, nearly to the limit, but Rose has defeated her twice, but those matches have been very spectacular.
And that second match, Rose basically assaulted Andrea Washington for a couple of minutes before the match even started.
That is true. That's vital to point out.
But the other thing to point out, Andrea Washington has been very vocal about her position in the women's division and the fact that she feels like she might have been overlooked in the conversation regarding the 5 women who competed at Krampus Night.
And that is true. She has made that very clear. But I must say that our top 5 seeds, which we will be revealing this weekend, we've already revealed them, but we're going to be counting them down along with the rest of some of the participants in the Mildred Burke Invitational. Rose she's our number 3 seed, isn't she?
I believe she is, and it's a toss-up, between that and the fact that, I mean, she's got an argument that she should have been the number 2. I don't know. I mean, her placement in the Mildred Burke Invitational is the only thing that is not in doubt. That is not up for discussion.
Very true.
Because she definitely has proven that, that she's here for business.
And here we go, tag team match action. Kinsey Corbin and Kitty Devereaux versus Andrea Washington and Rose. We have Kinsey as Andrea starting things off. And, wow. See Andrea stopping short with a fireman's carry, taking down Kinsey Corbin. And an Irish whip. And, wait, backbreaker attempt. Kinsey tumbles over and sends Andrea to the outside. To the outside.
Well, I know Kinsey may be just as at home outside the ring as she is in the ring.
And we are very much seeing that with these combinations of attacks that she is laying into Andrea. And,
I mean, other things that she's doing out there.
And now, almost a regal stretch-style maneuver, but Andrea able to fight out of it very quickly, and Andrea bringing it back into the ring. Forearm shot by Andrea Washington.
And while, I mean, Kinsey, I don't know that she has a lot of proficiency with...
Wait a minute!
Submission holds. She
double team maneuver.
Yes, she definitely has the knowledge of it, given her father and some of his associates.
And Rose with that figure 4 leg breaker to Kinsey Corbin, and a big leg drop by Rose. Stomping on the face and now setting up Kinsey. Knee shot and a neck breaker. But Kinsey fighting back the jawbreaker, creating some distance and attempting a scoop slam, but Rose shoving Kinsey off and pushing in that running knee. That running knee absolutely devastating.
And we have seen this
before. Rose taking a dive and that tornado DDT to the outside. And Kinsey fighting back, fighting through the cobwebs, but Rosé able to break it up just a little bit, and Rosé seems to be in complete control. Oh my God, steel to the spine.
Well, I mean, while I don't enjoy seeing the kind of damage, she's taking here, she's definitely capable of taking it. I mean...
Yeah, she is very capable of powering through some damage. Speaking of powering through, here comes Kitty Devereaux, that spinning European uppercut now, just stomping out the life of Rosé. And Rosé with a jawbreaker.
And Rosé needs to be careful with Kitty in the ring. Kitty's one of the heavier women on our roster.
And also one of the most agile.
Well, and that agility, I mean, Rosé just got out of the way of Kitty throwing her weight around, so to speak, which she definitely loves to do in this match.
She does. That double knee shot took down Kitty Devereaux again. And Rosé running with the leg drop. Rosé looking for that figure four. Oh! Rosé very proficient with that figure four leg breaker.
I think Kinsey was getting some advice from her father there for a moment that,
and Rosé pulling Kitty
what
in.
Advice he's giving her, but...
And Rosé looks like she's trying to tag in Andrea, but Kitty fights back. Oh my God! Thunderous lariat by Kitty Devereaux. Shades of her father, too.
And I mean,
Dog bite Devereaux, her father, won with a similar lariat against in his match on Monday Night Melee. Tag by Andrea, and double arm DDT, and aided wheelbarrow German, but Kitty getting the tag to Kinsey, and we are back. Double dropkick in stereo. They're twinning there, but Kinsey dropping it with a reverse DDT. Deep arm drag by Andrea Washington. And the Irish whip corner to corner. And wait a minute, what the heck? Technical difficulties abound. And I don't know why our match card was showing up. That was very strange. But Andrea making the tag to Rosé in amongst the confusion. And Kinsey looks like she is in there alone. Rosé, that inverted hip toss and that knee strike.
I think Kinsey is in there alone at the moment. I noticed.
Good grief. Solid knee strike by Rosé, and it is Andrea and Rosé claiming victory.
And they almost seem to be on the same page here.
Which is very strange considering the fact that these two have a heated rivalry, but victory makes brothers or sisters of us all.
Well, I think one thing to say, though, about their rivalry, the nature of their rivalry is, I mean...
It's professional. It's professional.
Yeah, to our knowledge, it's a professional rivalry. It is one basically over the issue of Rosé got seated, Andrea didn't even get a shot in the match.
And up next, we have got Yvette DeSoto, who is making her return to the Worldwide Wrestling Network after being attacked by Kinsey Corvin in the parking lot a few weeks ago. Yvette making a return, but boy oh boy, does she have a mountain to climb in Sonya Mercer. And Sonya, we've only seen her a few times this year, this season in the Worldwide Wrestling Network, but Sonya has been brutally efficient in her, since coming back in to Season 2. Let's go ahead and get things started, moving things right to ringside with Yvette DeSoto versus Sonya Mercer. They're telling us that they are getting in position right now.
Well, one thing about that situation with between Kinsey and Yvette, we do not know honestly what started that altercation.
No, I mean, we don't know if it was a personal issue. We don't know if it was just Kinsey's way of saying hello. I mean, anything is possible given who she comes from. We don't even know really the depth of training that Kinsey Corvin has had.
And I mean, while I'm trying, what just happened here?
Wait a minute.
What's
What
going
is
on
going
here?
on? Things are going crazy.
Nope. Cut. What?
And wait a minute, we were getting some back footage, and that just seems to be just what happens whenever Kinsey Corvin is around.
I'm not even sure what. Yeah, I'm not even sure what's going on here. It's almost like Kinsey might be trying to taunt Yvette DeSoto.
That's a very distinct possibility. Now, Yvette is a very, very well-established star in South America and in Mexico, and it's just I don't understand what Kinsey might have in taunting Yvette DeSoto.
I mean,
and without hesitation, here comes Sonya Mercer.
She's appearing to be all business out there right now.
Very much, not barely leaving a pause for the music to get cut off.
I mean, we've seen some various things from Sonya over the time that she's been with this company, but she's definitely at least trying to appear focused this evening.
Yes, very much. Front face lock applied by Sonya, and we have got Mercer with the arm bar applied, and Yvette doing a little bit of evasion, and oh, what a Hurricane Rana taking down Sonya Mercer.
And that's the experience on the part of Yvette Soto that you mentioned. I mean, she's able to counter what Sonya strikes and answer with a Hurricane Rana.
But wait a minute, big cross body drop and wailing on Yvette DeSoto. Just absolute destruction, but Yvette with a deep arm drag. That free fighting style arm drag deep into it and following it up with a snapmare and now locking in the chin lock.
I think so. I think Yvette knows the best way to counter Sonya's striking is to grapple her, to keep her grounded.
And that is, honestly, people forget that is a trademark of Lucha Libre. Lucha Libre is not all just the junior heavyweight classic that we are used to. It is also very grapple, submission, and pinning combination heavy. And Yvette DeSoto follows and subscribes to that training method. She does go to the top rope occasionally. Her finisher is a type of moonsault, one of them, but she employs a lot of grappling in her repertoire.
When she does go to the top rope, it is very measured.
Yes, and Sonya able to break up, attempted a cover there on Yvette. Yvette catching. Wait a minute. Look at this. Oh, just like that. That looks like a very high-risk maneuver, but there's that measured presence that you were talking about, Mr. Hamrick. She knew exactly what she was doing, and she was in control.
She knew what she was doing, but it was only high risk in as much she could lose her balance springboarding off that rope. She had control of Sonya's arm the entire time she did that.
And that spin kick sends Sonya into the top rope, and we have seen this before. Oh, kicking!
Nope, I don't know if we've seen that before.
I thought that she was going to go for that, her cross arm throw from the top rope, but she just ground kicked Sonya Mercer to the outside. But Sonya, with finally some offense by Sonya, dropping in that grapple to Yvette DeSoto, and one more back suplex, taking out Yvette. And now here come the strikes. And wait a minute, this fight's going into the crowd. But Yvette
not if Yvette
coming back in.
Not if Yvette has anything to say about it.
And Sonya finally bringing it back in, Yvette following. And an Irish whip sending Sonya into the corner. Sonya with the big boot creates a separation, attempting to go for a chop block, but does not connect. Winds up back in the same position on the opposite side.
But Yvette's moving slowly in there.
Yes, she is. She is starting to slow down, and Sonya is slowing down a little bit too, but maybe a more measured, methodical approach would be beneficial.
Well,
but wait a minute.
I would agree with you on that, but I would also say
Sonya showing some frustration going to the outside and almost telling the referee to count. And the frustration on Sonya Mercer for not being able to make short work of Yvette DeSoto is clearly... what a reversal.
It's almost like she's not wanting a piece of Yvette at this point.
Right.
Not after getting kicked off the top turnbuckle the way she did.
And once again, Yvette in control with Sonya in trouble. DeSoto lifting up Mercer.
She's gonna kick her off again?
No, she's got up that cross out. Yeah, there it is. The iconoclasm.
But she's having trouble making a cover there.
And wait a minute. What is she saying? What? A kick to the gut. And wait a minute. A straitjacket backbreaker. And the cover by Yvette. 1, 2, 3. What a victory by Yvette DeSoto. Laying claim to her presence here on G.L.O.W. Congratulations. And in our main event, we have quite an announcement to make. Earlier today, I was excited to see someone that we have been speaking to and about for a week or so, and that was one Emery Jade. Emery Jade, we saw in the back. I was able to speak with her and get to know her a little bit, and we are excited to have Emery Jade as a part of the Worldwide Wrestling Network family. And also, Mr. Hamrick, can you believe this? Also, she has been placed in the Mildred Burke Invitational.
I have no problem believing that. This young woman has held titles in other companies. She's still, fairly young into her career, and she is a title holder in multiple companies across the community.
And we are very excited to have Emery Jade as a part of the Mildred Burke Classic, and we are also glad to have her here tonight for our inaugural episode of G.L.O.W. So without further ado, let's kick it to ringside.
And she's asked about first this evening, in part because she wants to present herself to the fans here, but also because she was kind of daring her opponent tonight to pull what she has seen pulled on Cyclone and on Melee recently, with attacked by their opponent. Though her opponent tonight is not someone I think who would be capable or
not someone who would really do that.
Her opponent tonight is Parable, who we saw
debut against Kinsey Corbin.
Debut against Kinsey Corbin. And not having much success there, and we don't know a lot about this young woman. Though she's apparently had a few people on edge in the back. But we don't know why.
There are a few folks who are recognizing the mask and the colors, but I am not familiar with Parable, but she is being talked about in hushed tones by several individuals, especially in the women's locker room.
Well, and the same questions, some of those questions have been the same, and that is, for some reason, related to another superstar who we've not seen or heard from in months, since prior to Battle.
And here we go, Emery Jade starting things out with a crucifix, taking down Parable, and right on the attack. And Parable able to kick, cause a little bit of separation, but Emery Jade bringing in the Irish whip, and kitchen sink time by Emery. A super kick attempt by Emery, cut off by Parable. And Parable attempting a face lock, and to the outside goes Emery Jade, but Emery Jade perched up top in the high rent district.
So I think she's taking too long here.
And and you are exactly right, way too long, and Parable took advantage.
I would say she could have broke her tailbone there, but from what we've heard of Emery Jade, she's unbreakable.
And That is something that we have heard. That is a title that has followed that young woman throughout her time in this community in professional wrestling. Emery, oh, look at that! The roll through. What a monkey flip by Emery Jade. And wait a minute, connects with that super kick. Going for a cover. Referee's in place. 1, 2, kick out by Parable. And Emery
He's setting up for something here.
has her sights set on Parable. Oh, a Regal cutter. Beautiful arm trap neck breaker. And
3. And
Emery Jade with the victory in her debut here in the Worldwide Wrestling Network.
and the mystery involving Parable continues.
Congratulations, Emery Jade, and welcome to the Worldwide Wrestling Network. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings our episode of G.L.O.W to a close. G.L.O.W is going to be what we call a short form show, meaning that it is going to be approximately 30 minutes and a little longer. That is the plan. And
At least, and that is the plan until the Mildred Burke Classic tournament.
that is true. And we will have more information regarding Mildred Burke Invitational in the weeks to come. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you like what you see, slap the subscribe button and hit that bell for the notifications, and continue to check out our product on YouTube. And you can always find us at WWWN online on Twitter. And until next time, in the words of Lord Cyrus, stay safe
And stay over.